Oh.
I just hit it and it didn't work.
Oh, well, we'll do it again.
Press the damn button, nerd.
Wait, hold on.
Nice.
Okay.
Just press the damn button, nerd.
All right.
Okay, here we go. We got some new beats.
Just press the damn button, nerd.
I'm trying over here. I'm trying to push the button. Okay, we got the new beats. You ready?
Go.
Just press the damn button, nerd.
Killing me.
Oh.
I like this. Got the slow jams going,
I
man.
dig
Yeah.
that, man.
Yeah,
That's
this
baby
is Swag
making-
Jeff special, right?
That's baby making music is what that is.
Well, it came from Sonny.
Yeah.
He's got 7 of them.
He's got enough of them.
The only one that's got more kids than Sonny is Philip Rivers.
And Ryan Fitzpatrick, apparently. He's in the 7 club. Too.
Oh, is he really?
Really?
Uh-huh.
Good for him.
Yeah. This could have been the Dynamite Taste of Simona background.
Oh, yeah.
Works every time.
Wow, we got so many people in here already.
Do we?
Yeah,
Shout them out, man.
Kill Jadis, Matthew Mangus, Big Bass Raider, Ron the Mater Raider, B. Al, Paul.
Paul?
Yeah.
What's up, Paul? Kill Jadis is going to get mad at me tonight. Just giving you fair warning, Kill Jadis.
Why not? Or why?
Well, if I told you, then it wouldn't be a teaser.
Oh. I feel like he was mad at you last week,
Well, he's
too.
mad at me every week. But I'm just letting him know. Let him know this week he's going to be mad at me again.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Welcome to Late Night with RFR.
Daniel Mangus. Both of the Mangai are in here.
Hey, what's up, man guy? They're not going to be mad at me tonight.
Nice. They might be mad at me, though.
They're always mad at you,
They're
though.
just going to be mad at me.
Yeah,
Wait till they see the intro.
Yeah.
What'd you put on? No, what's it called? Oh, the tease for the show.
Oh, yeah, a little teaser.
Oh, that's good stuff. That's Sonny's new stuff there.
Yeah.
Cousin Sonny always bringing the beats.
Yeah. Jimmy Zebach's in
What's
there.
up, Jimmy Zebach?
Yeah.
Jimmy Z.
All right, so Sonny sent that one. Here we go. Here's the other one he sent. Ready?
Okay, do it.
All right, we're shifting gears. Here we go. There we go. Yeah, right.
Change the music. Aaron the Q-Dog Raiders in there. Lalo Maloso.
Do I need the jab to watch the show? Love
Michelle
it.
Sweat.
Hey!
Hey, Michelle.
All right, we ready to kick this thing off?
Yeah, man. I could vibe with this for 2 hours.
All right, I feel that. All right, let's go ahead and hit it. Welcome to this next episode of Raiders Fan Radio, episode number 213 of Raiders Fan Radio.
Jackpot, baby. Raiders Fan Radio.
Oakland, LA, Oakland, Vegas, Raider Nation, wherever, forever. You got your old Uncle Mosh and Raiders Fan Radio from Murph's Man Cave, taking a lighter journey into the dark side. Sit back, put your feet up, pop a top, and enjoy the ride. Here we go!
Look left, look right, Paletnikov, a leaping pass, touchdown!
We miss you, we love you, and we'll see you in the Hall of Fame.
When you have great coaches, then after you have great coaches, you get great players. You have a great organization, and you tell them one thing: just win, baby.
Way up the middle, intercepted Filipiano at the 50, high running down. Oakland football, and I think Oakland victory. The Oakland Raiders have scored on the most zany, unbelievable, absolutely impossible dream of a play.
Well, I love this team. I think this team can win. I think this team can win.
You are listening live to Raiders Fan Radio, hosted by Murph, Uncle Mosh, and Swag Jeff. Take it away, guys.
Why, thank you, Brent Musburger, and welcome into Murph's Fan Cave for another what we trust will be a fantastic episode of Raiders Fan Radio. What is up, Raider Nation? Appreciate all of you joining us here tonight. We have, of course, a full docket, as the kids say. The kids don't say that.
Yes, they do.
Did you say full docket? Okay, all
Nah,
right.
they don't say that.
We're going to go with it.
Just like everything else you claim that they say.
Kids say a lot of stuff, man. But anyway, so we got now I'm over here bumbling. Okay,
You're bumbling like the kids say.
Yeah. All right, so welcome into this next edition of Raiders Fan Radio. We appreciate you joining us. Appreciate everybody that's joining us live in the chat room here on the YouTubes. Appreciate everybody that has downloaded the podcast on your favorite podcast service just by searching for Raiders Fan Radio. We appreciate all of the amazing new listeners that we have. We've gotten a lot of heat here lately on our podcast, on the audio versions of the podcast, by everybody going out there and searching for Raiders Fan Radio. So we appreciate you. Appreciate to all those new listeners. My name is Murph. I'm the one of the co-hosts here of Raiders Fan Radio, and look forward to introducing one of two other co-hosts that we have here in the booth today. Welcome to the show. The one and only, the legendary. He comes to you from San Jose, California. Stands 6 feet 2 inches tall. Weighs 300.
That's enough.
Welcome, Mike.
Yeah.
What's up?
What's going on, Uncle
Man,
Mike?
it's so good to be here. It's good to be here, and it was good to have nobody warming up my chair.
Nobody's in your chair. You got a fresh start.
I got a fresh start.
Kids say that.
Yeah,
like
you
the
do.
kids say.
I'm gonna turn you just a little.
You're a
Well,
little bright, pal.
I got you a little bright.
Turn me down. Turn me down.
What
turn
the
me
hell's
down.
your hat, dude?
Oh, man.
Maybe that's what was going on. Maybe all that forehead and white hair there, Uncle Mike. Looking good though. Got the Pete Koch thing going on. But as always, thank you so much for joining.
I'm so glad
us
to be here
tonight.
It's
Appreciate
good.
you
I'm
joining
glad
us
to be
tonight.
here.
All right, so Uncle Mosh adorns the western annex of the Murph's Fan Cave desk, and the man that adorns the southern annex of the western annex. Wait, did I get that right? The western annex
of the southern
whatever it is. The guy that's on the other annex, my best friend and yours from Middle Tennessee. Welcome, Swag Jeff. I was going to go Middle Tennessee State University. Which
Hey, well, I'm from there.
That would have worked there too. But I
Yeah.
don't know why I got caught up in it.
That's okay.
Yeah, I'm mumbling and stumbling already. Welcome to
you
the
are.
show.
Oh my gosh, thank you so much.
I need
It's
more
great.
Trulies or something, apparently.
Yeah, crack another one, bruh.
Hey, man.
Crack another one,
You
man.
gotta
Oh
tell
my
me-
gosh,
you
it's
gotta
so
tell me
good
3 times.
Well, yeah, it's good to be here, man. Oh my gosh. We got so many people in the chat. We got QB Jeff. We got Aaron the Q-Dog Raider, Raider Flash, Daniel Menges, Hefe KC, who we haven't seen in a couple times. He said that he farted in Mosh's chair.
You better just hope that the Menges brothers and Michelle did not see that.
I know, right?
I know. Don't give
Because-
out your home address there, Hefe.
Yeah, Hefe, because
You know what I mean?
the moshers will be coming out looking for you.
Every
Oh my
time
gosh.
every time you type into the chat, it pings your location. We know exactly where you live.
Yeah.
That's one of those old rumors like peeing in a pool when it turns purple.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah.
And Matthew Menges says Swag is yet to get his ass kicked.
No, you
That's
caught a for
debatable.
real one last week.
Yeah, I was sore for 3 days.
Yeah, that was a for
No
real ass
kidding.
whipping.
No
Yeah.
kidding. That was a fun little bit we did, but yeah, that hurt like hell.
Yeah, that cake sheet or cookie sheet or whatever, that thing was not a joke. That was for real, and it had
No.
for real dents in it from
And it's
your
out
hand.
of and it's out of commission now. Yeah. You can't bake nothing on that thing anymore.
What do you mean bit? There was no.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Hey.
There was nothing bitty about that. Absolutely. But anyways, appreciate everybody joining us in the chat room tonight. Jeff Murphy, our good friend Jeff Murphy, who runs the amazing Domenico's Deli here.
Yeah, who supplied
yeah.
our dinners
Who
tonight?
supplied our dinners tonight. Thank you so very much, Jeff. And the amazing Domenico's folks, both Domenico's in Alameda, and then, of course, the Domenico's here in our little town of Murfreesboro, Tennessee. Anyways, he says, fresh start is the Subway's tagline. Why you dropping Subway references? My bad.
Hey.
Look.
Oh.
Look, you know we're only loyal to one sandwich shop when it comes to Italian deli, and that is the one and
Exactly.
only Domenico's. But how about this? But I would say this back at you, Jeff. What's your tagline? Tell us. We need to come up with a cool Domenico's
Well,
tagline.
yeah.
And I don't mean that in a shitty way. I mean like what we need to come up with a cool Domenico's tagline so we can
Unless they already had one that we didn't know about.
that we don't know about. And if
Exactly.
there is one, then definitely let us know. And also, speaking of Jeff Murphy, just a little bit of to share the love here. Jeff and his good buddies that he played college football with have started a podcast called
Yeah.
The Group of Five Guys. I believe they're still in the process of getting it, accepted by Apple and all the different formats you got to go through. And it's a whole big approval process. But you can find them on social media, and there are definitely links to their first and second shows. So hook those guys up, help them out. Of course, Jeff has become a great friend of ours, and we know through him a lot of the guys that he played with and have seen a lot of their content. They're great folks. And if you are into, the other 5 conferences of football, the ones that aren't, the SEC and whatnot, where so many great Raider players have come from, including current Raider players with potential greatness like Amik Robertson, they came out of that group of 5 conference or conferences, and that's what those guys talk about. So definitely show them some love, Raider Nation, and check them out. All right. So again, thank you to all those of you that are new to our show. So we did a couple of cool things this last year, and I just want to call attention to it. We did a fundraiser. Of course, we fundraise all year long, but Jeff had this great idea. Of course, his nickname is Swag Jeff, so he came up with this great idea to do the Summer of Swag. And I want to show this thing one last time before I send it out this week. And this is the latest item that we gave away, and this is the autographed Tom Flores Hall of Fame print. And of course, it's got the certificate of authenticity that comes along with it. And we got this from someone that we're going to partner up with very soon. And I don't know how much we're able to talk about it now, but do you want to at least tease what we got going on a little bit, Jeff? Because we've got some amazing. This Summer of Swag turned into this incredible opportunity for us to get our hands on some pretty cool memorabilia that we're going to be able to share with our audience.
Yeah, absolutely. So we've got a guy. We got a guy. So he lives where we live here in Middle Tennessee, and so we kind of
from LA.
He's from LA. He's done some amazing things. I mean, got to meet people that people only dream about meeting. Like he's for real, and he's a great guy, top-notch guy, all about giving to charity, which is what we do, and so. So we partnered up with him, and he was able to give us stuff like the Tom Flores picture that we were able to auction off. And we're partnering up with him, and there's going to be even more amazing things. It's going to be so cool. And I mean, I'm not going to say what it is yet, but I mean, there might be some Hall of Fame players from this year, some current players, former players, maybe even some coaches, perhaps.
And we're talking some exclusive items. Like you're not going to be able to get them literally anywhere else, but right here, Raiders Fan Radio.
Absolutely. It's gonna be really cool. So we'll tease that a little more and talk about it a little more when the partnership has been made official. But yes, the Summer of Swag will live on.
That's gonna be fantastic.
Yeah. Go right into the fall and the winter.
Absolutely. Right on.
That's how I live my life.
You just inspired me, Swag.
Good. I love that.
Jeff, QB Jeff, are you listening?
Okay.
Domenico's, where you got a guy.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
I like it.
Yeah.
Where you got a sandwich guy.
Where you got a sandwich guy.
Yeah, I like
Domenico's,
it. Like
where you
it.
got a sandwich guy.
That's good stuff. Good stuff. All right, one more bit of housekeeping before we jump into episode number 213 proper. We started a TikTok, or I think the kids call it the Tick Tocks. So we started the Tick Tocks.
That's what I call it.
That's what you call when you're a kid.
But I call everything
everything's the Tick Tocks. And so go follow us on the Tick Tocks, please. And we'll follow you back. And check us out. It's at Raiders Fan Radio on the Tick Tocks. And we've got some momentum going there. We have, I hate this number. I'm pretty sure we can all agree this is like the worst number. We have 666 followers on TikTok.
Yeah, someone get on your phone right now
or
and
unfollow
go follow
us.
Or unfollow us.
Or one of it, just stay at 665. But no, we'd rather go north of it. So please go out there. Find us on the TikToks at Raiders Fan Radio. I promise we will only do things that are entertaining and Raiders related. And you can see our latest silliness there on the TikToks.
Yeah.
And Jeff, once again, reason that he's the social media director. What an amazing idea to get on the TikToks, because you've been talking about that for a long time, and we've had more fun and, frankly, more momentum for our show on TikTok than we have on any other platform.
I was just about to say that. Yeah, man. I mean, we started this thing 3 weeks ago, and we're already, over the 500 mark, like you said, 666, about to be 667. But yeah, man, it's been so much fun, and we say Raider content. We may just be doing goofy shit with a Raider hat on.
Yeah.
But hey, we're gonna have something Raiders that has to do with it.
It will be Raiders related.
It's gonna be a lot of fun.
Well, it's
man.
Uncle Mosh is choking you. I'm doing Stone Cold Steve Austin impressions.
Yeah, man.
What else? We've got stuff from our tailgates. We've got stuff from our live shows.
Yes. And we're gonna stay on the TikTok trends. Because we all, when we're not podcasting and working and, spending time with our family and wives, we're scrolling through the TikTok.
We're watching the TikTok.
And that's what,
laughing our asses off.
Yeah, man. Every night before bed, that's what my wife and I do, Is that
it? I was going to say.
But right before we close our eyes to go to sleep. We scroll for about 30 minutes on the TikTok.
That's what the kids call it.
That's what the other 118 minutes of the last 2 hours of your night.
Yeah, man, for sure. Yeah. A majority of time is spent on the TikTok, I promise. Okay, so speaking of which, speaking of which, at the top of the
speaking
show,
of quick segments.
Hey.
All right, so Swag Jeff always takes our episode number and ties it back to something significant within Raider Nation.
Well, yeah.
And so this episode is number 213. Jeff, what you got?
Paul says nothing like a good scroll. Right on, brother. Right on.
All right, Jeff, tell us something significant about the Raiders.
So every episode, Swag Jeff takes a significant moment in Raider Nation and ties it back to the episode number. And this episode is 213. And we're gonna go. This is a career stat. We love career stats here, and so we're gonna
career stats.
We're gonna be talking about cornerback Nehemiah Wilson. Who is obviously a household name within Raider Nation. He joined the Raiders in 1968 after playing 3 seasons with the Denver Broncos.
Okay.
So he played for Silver and Black from 1968 to 1974. He switched from the number 26 to 48 back in 71. He played 81 games as a Raider and intercepted 19 passes in his career for Silver and Black. He had 213 interception return yards.
Oh, nicely done, Swag Jeff. Nicely done.
Thank you.
Hey, so Chevy Raiders says, hey. When are you going to talk about the Raiders? LOL.
Right?
And,
we will, I promise.
It was pretty funny because the Big Easy goes, hey, Chevy, you're on the wrong channel.
You're on the wrong channel. Yeah. God forbid you turn into a show called Raiders Fan Radio and actually hear us talk about the Raiders. No, I promise we've got tons of Raiders content coming up very, very soon after Uncle Mosh hits the button on the contact information. Which we need to update.
Something. I'm always got to do something.
Here with an update.
We got to update this thing, by the way.
I got some stuff for you. Take out a piece of paper,
no
a pencil, a pen. Heck, use your pocket knife and carve the info into your dashboard as you're driving down the highway. First off, you need to like us on our fan page on Facebook. That's right. Go to Facebook at Raiders Fan Radio Podcast. Don't forget about the Twitter. You know your old Uncle Mosh, he twits now.
No, he doesn't.
That's right. Go to
Still doesn't.
at Raiders Fan Radio. Also, don't forget the Instagram at Raiders Fan Radio. Or what about our website? That's right, RaidersFanRadio.com. Heck, if you want to, you can even email us show at RaidersFanRadio.com or call us on the Raiders Fan Radio hotline, 909-345-3346. That's 909-345-3346. Don't forget Merv's Fan Cave on the YouTube, where you can get all the show links like the Fan Club Blitz with Splatterhead and Fitz. Find all our stuff on podcast providers like Stitcher, iTunes, and Google Play. All right, did I hit the time limit?
Good.
All right. Appreciate everybody joining us here tonight. The chat is lighting up in there, Swag Jeff. Tell us who we got and what's going on there tonight.
Yeah, absolutely. So we got the Big Easy, Michelle Sweat, Aaron the Q-Dog Raider, Lee B, Ron the Mater Raider, Paul from Shropshire, Mississippi, the Big Easy, Aaron Crocker, Alberto Quinones.
Get that one right, Swag.
Yeah. Kevin the Raider Nerd, Corey Fleck, my wife. We've got everyone in here. Storm.
Hey, Chris.
Yeah. She loved that last topic that we were
know,
talking about. I'm sure she loved that we talked about that. Fine.
Sorry.
Be all right.
I'm just making jokes. All right. I didn't say they were all funny. All right. So,
Or appropriate.
or appropriate. Yeah.
But they're just jokes.
They're just jokes. All right.
Well,
So
yeah.
let's get to some respect. We've got a lot to get to respect on. I'm going to save the order that we've got on here, fellas. Let's go ahead and switch up some of that order because I think we're going to save that first one for last since that's kind of the big one on here.
Do it.
So let me just hit a couple of these. First off, I want to give respect to our good buddy Ruben in Vegas. So
Yes.
I don't know if you can see it from where I'm at here. Let me see. I don't know if I can see from my camera. Can you guys? Let's see. It's up. Oh, it's above the Stay in Oakland sign up there. There it is. Right. Point it out, Mosh. There it is. So that welcome to the Raiders. Welcome to Las Vegas from the. Okay, Ruben got us that picture. Or that sign, he got us that from the groundbreaking ceremony that happened at Allegiant Stadium.
Wait,
it was so
could
cool.
it be a hot? Is it hot?
What?
That sign, is it stolen?
No. They were
bummer.
no, they were like handing them out to like the people that were in attendance at the thing.
You could have lied to me.
But he sent it to us, which was so cool. And then I also have a Raiders 60th anniversary sign over there that Ruben had signed by some amazing Raider players.
That's so cool.
And he gave that to us in person at our live event we did with Raider Cody at Stage Door last year for the Raiders home opener.
Yes.
So Ruben has been and he's just a made man. He's called the show a bunch of times. He was calling into our show before the Raiders were a Vegas thing. He was just kind of calling in as Ruben in Vegas. Anyways, I want to give Ruben in Vegas some respect because Ruben, I saw this scrolling across Twitter this week from JT the Brick, who is, the Raider, nation ambassador, spokesperson, whatever.
The real deal.
Certainly the biggest of Raiders content creators on the radio. And so anyways, he wrote this. Ruben De La Rosa of Las Vegas was the proud winner of Raiders tickets won on JT the Brick's Friday show. Ruben, his wife, and son created this amazing sign for the Seahawks game. Thank you, Ruben. And there's a freaking picture of Ruben and his son at the freaking Seahawks preseason game.
How cool is that?
Isn't that awesome? So much respect to our good buddy Ruben in Vegas.
Yes.
Man, by getting shouted out by JT the Brick, winning those tickets. And that was it's so cool to see like a familiar face and a friend of the show scrolling through the timeline there. I thought that was super
absolutely.
cool.
Well, and Lee B says, Ruben, you got Mosh salivating over there.
Yeah, Mosh is like, don't we respect Rubens every week? That's my favorite sandwich.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So anyways, that's awesome, man. And Ruben, we'd love to hear from you. We'd love to hear about the experience.
Yeah.
Been a minute. Like, call us and tell us about your experience there at Allegiant Stadium for the preseason game, man. I would love to hear about it. All right, next up, I'm going to actually throw this one to Swaggo a little bit.
Yeah.
But I'll just kind of tee it up here. I'd like to give respect to our good friend of the show also, Jimmy Zebach, who Jimmy is, of course, we got to know Jim because he is let me move Mosh's camera now. If you could see up over Mosh's shoulder there's a sign, or it's actually a T-shirt that's mounted up with some of the other T-shirts from some of the Raider booster clubs that have been sent to us. The one on top there says, "Just Win Baby" of Fred Bolitnikoff. That's from the Great Lakes Booster Club. Yep, that one right there. So we met Jim at a live event that we did back in 16, Mosh? I think we did that.
It was.
And so we hosted a live tailgate at Nissan Stadium for a Raider Titans game, which the Raiders thumped the Titans.
Well, yeah.
And so we met Jim, who goes also by Erie Raider, and he's the president of that booster club, but also is a super fan and does all kinds of amazing dress ups, whatever. Anyway. Long story short now, Jim is also an incredible graphic designer.
Yes.
Offered to make us some logos.
Yes.
And Swag Jeff, what did Jim do for us?
Yeah, so you want me to show it, huh?
Well, I don't know. Should we tease it?
Let's tease it.
Let's tease it, but tell him what you did with working with Jim.
What?
So I'll take this segment then. So Jim did a great job, an amazing job of kind of talking to us about like what our vision was for the logo. So we've got, we have this amazing Raiders Fan Radio logo that Scarlett did, actually, with the stars and the shield. Jeff and his brother-in-law kind of refined it, whatnot, but it still has the Raiders shield in it. And so we're just not allowed to use that because we don't want to infringe on the copyright of the Raiders by using that shield, which is certainly
as part of our logo.
As part of our logo.
Part of
yeah. We could still wear the shield and all that. We can still Raiders gear and all that, but we just can't use it as part of our logo. So we needed to come up with a new logo again, sadly. But what we were able to do by working with Jim is that I think we came up with something that is absolutely fantastic. Most of this is his vision, just in knowing us and knowing what we're going to do. And then Jeff worked with him on also creating some individual logos, but just kind of flash it up there, Jeff, just to kind of give him an idea where we're going with it. So that's the new, going to be, that's part of it. Of the new, you usually got to darken your screen and hold it up real close to get it to work. But for those of you on the audio podcast, it's a really cool skull. There you go. It's a really cool skull. Got a shield there on a hat.
This is just a tease.
Just a little tease there. Got some crossed microphones. It's pretty awesome. But I just want to give a ton of respect to Jim Zebach for working with us, for getting these things put together and offering his time and his talents to be able to do that, man. We know you spent many, many hours on this stuff, and so much respect to you. Thank you so much to Jimmy
thank you,
Zebach.
Jimmy.
All right, next up, I'd like to give respect to Kaylee. Now, Kaylee's a new name to you all around here. It's because I knew of Kaylee, but I didn't know exactly who Kaylee was until I got this letter in the mail.
Okay.
A real letter?
A real letter.
Nice.
It says, Murph, my daughter Kaylee made these Raider bracelets for you guys. Go Raiders.
What?
So this is Ron the Maiderator's daughter Kaylee made us friendship bracelets.
No
way.
Which is so awesome. So, and look, check this out. So this little one that I have here hanging on my microphone that I've had here for years, my son Tristan, who's now in the Navy, made this when he was like in grade school. Like as a part of a class project, and I've kept it on my mic stand as to honor him ever since. Anyway, so I've got these 3 friendship bracelets. So I'm going to pass them around. Y'all pick which ones you want, and then I'll take the other one, and we'll wear them on the show. And so thank you, Miss Kaylee. Appreciate you thinking of us here on Raiders Fan Radio, man. We always say Raider Nation is family, and this is the kind of stuff we're talking about, man. We appreciate you, Kaylee.
Mine's going on my mic.
Okay,
right now.
All right. I'm gonna wear mine on my wrist here, Kaylee. There it is. I'm wear that on the show.
Go to my camera.
Thank you so very much. All right, there you go, Mosh.
There you go, Kaylee, right there.
Nice, right there. Swag
Forever
Jeff.
and a day.
Hey,
Nice.
Swag Jeff's got his on there.
Nice.
There you go.
Thank you.
Awesome.
My gosh, how cool is
Thank
that?
you, Kaylee. We appreciate you thinking of us.
You're the best,
to
Kales.
send us a gift. That's so nice. All right, next up, I want to give respect to our good friend Raider Michelle Sweat, who I believe is in the chat room tonight. Michelle joined us last week on the show. And
Wait, that's her at the door with a pan. Duck, Hefe.
Yeah, right. But I want to give a lot of respect to Michelle for coming out and not only getting on the show, doing a podcast for the first time ever, which takes a lot of guts to come out and to do something. I mean, it's not easy to get on the microphone, but she did not only an amazing job there, but talk about fitting right in with us here in the fan cave, man. We had an absolute blast hanging out with her.
So much fun.
And we knew it would be because she's become such a good friend of ours, but man, she just fit right in, and we just had a lot of fun hanging out with Michelle.
She got tons of love in the chat last week and this week to boot.
Yep.
So it's great.
Absolutely.
That's great.
Thank you, Michelle. All right, I got 2 more to get to. I want to give respect to our good buddy Raider Cody. Want to give a lot of love to Cody for the hard work that he's put in and partnering up with a lot of different companies, including the Sahara in Las Vegas. And now I can officially tell everybody that Cody is going to be doing pregame, postgame, and watch party events at the Sahara. They're building a brand new sports bar at the Sahara in Las Vegas. The first handful of shows will be in the lounge, in the lobby lounge at Sahara. But then when the new sports bar is done, the show will transition over into the bar. And Cody has got an amazing setup. You're going to see amazing guest appearances. You're going to see some great co-hosts come through, including, I'm not calling myself great, but I'm saying that I'm going to be part of the roster, which will be Kenny King, Samoan Raider, so many people that you're familiar with in terms of online fan-created content. And so your buddy Murph here is going to be part of that. Right now, I'm booked for 3 games to be in Vegas to co-host with Cody. Hopefully, we're going to put some more together But yeah, we're going to do for sure because we're going to the Dolphins game.
Yes.
So I'll sit in with him for the Dolphins game. We're going to be out there for the Eagles game, which is when we're out there for the Blitnikoff event. I will definitely be hosting the watch party with Cody that day.
All three of us will be out there for that one.
Absolutely, we will. And then I'll be going back just by myself for the Washington game, which is the beginning of December, and sitting in with Cody again. And then again, as more of these come up, we'll announce them and let you all know. But mad respect to Cody. He's put this thing together. It's going to be absolutely high quality events, not only to attend in person, but for those of you that are going to watch online, see us on the YouTube. It's amazing stuff. And so much respect to him, not only for the success in the work that he's put in, but for asking me and us to be part of this. I'm incredibly flattered to join him in this venture. Cody, of course, is our partner in the One Nation Foundation. And so I'm just thrilled to announce that to you. That's like fan dreams come true, man, to be able to sit in and do a live event and host a watch party with hundreds and hundreds in Las Vegas come on, man. It's so cool. So anyways, much respect to Cody. All right. One more I want to give respect to. And this is going to foster a little bit of a discussion, and I'm interested. You want to talk about the Raiders? Here you go. This is the most current Raiders story and probably the hottest Raiders story of the week that has come out. And we're talking about Mark Davis. Mark Davis himself, not the Raiders organization. Of course, they were the ones that led with it. But Mark Davis himself made the announcement that he was going to open up Allegiant Stadium this season for all fans to attend without a mask as long as they had proof of COVID-19 vaccination. So I want to give Mark props, and I want to give him respect. Of course, we don't do props, we don't do shout-outs, nothing wrong with those things. We want him to give him respect for making this choice because he made a choice between fans having to wear masks or fans having to show proof of vaccination. And I think that he was, as always he does, he looks out for us as fans and makes the decision that he thinks would benefit the most of us. It doesn't benefit all of us. And you're never going to make decisions that make everybody happy, but you can make your best decision, pick your lane, stay in it, and hopefully please the largest group of people in terms of these types of decisions. And in this case, he chose this. Now, I already went through the process, so I'll tell you this. It ain't that big of a deal for somebody that's already been vaccinated in terms of like setting it up. I was telling the guys before the show, I had to do this before I went to a playoff hockey game this year. Basically, you just have to register on a website. In this case, it's on an app. It gives you a barcode. They scan it on the way in. Then you go give them your ticket and you go to the game. So it's really not that big of a deal in my eyes. And I know I'm just one opinion of a billion, and I welcome all of them. No one is wrong based on what you think. But I think in terms of why I wanted to choose this part of the show to give respect and to talk about it is that I thought, again, as Mark Davis should be celebrated for, he's looking out for us as fans in the best way he knows how. Again, that's not going to make everyone happy, but I think that the interest and the effort and the reasoning behind it should be commended. That's my soapbox on it, and I want to pass it around the room. Swag Jeff, what do you think?
Yeah, I agree with that. I agree with what you're saying. It's not ideal, either thing. I mean, a lot of people are talking about in the chat. I mean, this is just a really weird time in our, in our society and stuff. The masks and the vaccines. Some people are for it, some people are against it. But I think what Mark Davis is trying to do is he's trying to create the best experience for Raider fans as possible. And so he decided that going to a game without a mask on, that's the experience that you want going to a football game, not having to pull your mask down every time you take a bite of a burger or, take a swig of a beer or, whatever. He's trying to make it as comfortable as possible for Raider fans. And it did. It pissed some people off, and some people are just saying, okay, well, I guess I'm not going to a game. Okay, well, I hate that for you, but, the rules are the rules, and they're also doing the thing where they are giving shots right outside of Allegiant Stadium. So in those cases of people that aren't vaccinated, you can still go get a shot, throw your mask on, and then you can go to the game
Still go to the game.
So
tweet of the week, by the way, was this last week. It was Adam Hill, who's a reporter for Las Vegas.
Yeah.
The headline was on one of the national media outlets. It said, Mark Davis, in quotes, show up to Allegiant Stadium vaccinated or get shot. And he wrote, Mark Davis, gangster AF.
Nice.
Show up or get shot. I thought that was amazing. But the other thing too is that like when you look at some of the other cities, like you look at New Orleans, they're requiring proof of vaccination and you got to wear a mask. And probably all the New York teams, as an example, are going to demand the same thing. So I think that he had to make a choice, and I commend him for what he did. Uncle Mosh, give us some final words on this and then take us to a break.
Sure. I disagree with both of you.
Okay.
And I'll tell you why.
Please.
First of all, let me say this. When you're driving a bus full of athletes and everybody's hungry, it's usually post-event, and you don't say to the and Swaggy knows this because I used to drive the bus and he was in the back, and he'd say, Coach, I'm hungry. You don't say, where do you want to eat? Because you're going to get 46 different choices, right? So you, as the bus driver, say, I'm going to park right here. And there's a sandwich place over there. There's a burger place over there. There's a chicken place over there. Be back on the bus in an hour. And you turn them loose. You make do with what you can do for the bulk of the people, and they go. So I understand what Mark Davis is doing. What I don't agree with is the mandating of the vaccine. As a public school teacher, I chose to take the vaccine. You can't put anything more in my body than me or the military haven't done already. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So I took it. But and don't get me wrong, I'm not a pro or a con masker. I just have issues with all of this stuff, and I'll tell you why. If you have a level 4, if you have a pandemic that escapes from a level 4 facility in China and has infected the entire globe, how is that little homemade butterfly mask going to help you? So masks don't necessarily do what they say they're going to do. When you have the CDC saying we need to mask and we need to socially distance, and the schools, for instance, because that's what I know because I taught, if the school says, okay, we are gonna abide by the CDC rules, and the pro teams say we're gonna abide by the CDC rules, well, you're gonna mandate masks, but you're not gonna move those seats 6 feet apart. We didn't have enough room in class to put everybody in Algebra 1 6 feet apart. So we mandated the masks, but we didn't mandate the social distancing. So you can't pick and choose which part of the CDC guidelines you want to use. So with what you and Jeff agree on is that I'm for the vaccination. I think it's great. I think everybody should get vaccinated. That's just me. I've got people in our family that aren't vaccinated for one reason or another. Maybe there's a medical reason. Maybe there's a religious or a spiritual or a socioeconomic or some other reason that they choose not to inject themselves or get injected with that stuff. Can we as a society be put in a situation where we say you can't come to that event? Well, yeah, you can.
Yeah, they're a privately owned football team.
Let me finish. They can do that, okay? But they can't expect everybody to go along with it and to say, there's going to be blowback. We have it in our chat right now. We got 150 people that are gonna go crazy and well, we don't have that many. We got 26. But they're gonna say, yes for this and yes for that and yes. But my thing is the whole thing, you can't believe, and that's me, is that I can't believe that he's going to alienate these amount of people by saying you have to have that shot. And the other thing is, but on the other side, nobody wants to be the COVID police. Nobody wants to be that stupid walking up and down. Can you imagine how that would have gone over at the Oakland Alameda County Coliseum? So having some teenage dork in a yellow jacket walking up and down through the black hole saying, hey, Gorilla, pull your mask up. It's not going to have. So nobody wants to be the COVID cops. So I think what he's trying to do is he's trying to say, man, this is just the best way I know how. I don't agree with it, but it's his choice. And when you're the boss, you can. There's a phone ringing somewhere. When you're the boss, you can do whatever you want.
Absolutely.
It's just like you and I have talked about the players. If the boss says you got to get the shot to play with me, you got to get the shot, or you got to go play somewhere else. So
or don't play,
or don't
stay at home.
or don't play. So I don't know. I think I wish there was. I want to say this, and I'm going to say this in closing. I think that we all need to be responsible and respectable for our own health. And if you choose to have the shot and you're shot and you don't wear a mask, I shouldn't have to worry about you. I should worry about me.
Yeah, well, let's keep it in context though of the team. I want to keep it in context of a game. Like
okay, then keep it in context of the game. If people are responsible for their own health, again, people are responsible if he's not going to socially distance the fans, which the CDC is still recommending social distance, then how can you mandate? I feel there's hypocrisy there.
Okay. Here's what I would say in response to that, and then I want to get out of this segment.
And then I get to respond after?
I want to get out of this segment.
I want to move on.
Yeah, I want to move on too. But look, you got to pick something. Like you're not going to make everybody happy. So again,
exactly.
I want to return to the idea that I want to give Mark Davis respect for making the decision that he did, because he didn't have many other options, and the other options were not as good as this one. That's what I'm trying to say.
It's definitely an option, and I'm not saying saying it's right or wrong. I'm just saying I don't agree with it, but that's okay.
Yeah,
because I'm vaccinated, I can get in.
Right.
and I'm worried about me. Me is me, and Jeff is Jeff, and you are you.
Yeah. Hit a break. Let's go.
Oh, sorry.
This is Raiders Fan Radio. I'm Brent Musburger, and I don't care who wins as long as it's the Raiders.
You want us to keep talking about the Raiders chat room?
Let's do it.
Here we go. Look, we're never been afraid to tackle a topic on this show. And look, I want to get back into it again, but I just want to say we're never afraid to tackle a topic on this show. And look, we will never expect anybody or everybody to agree with us one side or another. I will just say this, and don't forget this, because ultimately this is where it lies. We are Raider Nation. We are one family. And look, we have caught some negativity from people that have been very connected with this show in different ways over the years, online, and because of different things that we might say or do. And look, we're not going to make everyone happy. But listen, if we're afraid to talk about stuff, if we're afraid to engage about different things, then I think that doesn't do anybody any good, especially in the polarizing society online that we live in now. So look, I think it's healthy to have debate. It's healthy to have discussion. I encourage to hear your feedback. If you've got anything really significant, more than you just want to type into the chat, send it to us in an email. You can always email us, show@RaidersFanRadio.com, and we will be glad to read your message or play your voicemail, 909-345-3346. All right.
You don't have to be vaccinated to email us.
Heck no. Absolutely not.
Or wear a mask. We've never been afraid of debate, and debate is one of the strongest forms of intellectual learning. And that's how you do it. And you don't have to get pissed. You can get excited, and you can get all crazy about it, but it's just we're not all going to have the same. We're not all going to have the same exact opinion on things, and that's what's so great about our society. It's just that you don't have to get butthurt just because you disagree.
Let's talk about the Raiders.
Let's talk about the Raiders. So speaking of Mark Davis, so he had some other amazing comments prior to the preseason game 1 about opening up against the Seahawks, which for those of you that got a chance to watch it, I know it's kind of wonky trying to get a good look at the game. Most everybody had to find a way to stream it because it's not part of the Sunday ticket package and whatnot. But anyway, but I believe this is Cassie Soto that caught up with Mark Davis prior to the preseason game. And let's check in and hear from our owner.
Matt, does it seem like more than a year? I mean, it must have seemed like forever.
It seems like 60 years. And this is finally, we're getting to go home.
How excited for you for the people when you cut, like your fans, because they've been as loyal as any?
That's exactly who I'm happy for. I'm happy for the the Raider alumni, the Raider fans, all the people that helped build this. People in Las Vegas, the laborers who worked through a pandemic to get this done on time, on budget. There's just so many people to thank and everything. It would take years to do that, but this is the moment that we've all been waiting for.
What was your own thoughts on walking in the building and getting ready for the game for the first time?
I've been in this building quite a bit, not for events, but I've been in it and sat here for hours at a time. But right now I'm thinking about a ribbon cutting. So we'll get that part done, and then I'll start thinking about the game.
Remember when you said you drive by and come at night and just stand in the middle of the field?
Absolutely.
Can you imagine like now, from then to now?
I can, yeah. And the process and everything else, and that's why I go back to the MVPs, were those workers that through a pandemic and in blazing heat and everything else got this thing done with so much pride. Yeah. And it meant the world to me, and it still does, and always will.
At what point do you pinch yourself and say, this is it?
Right now.
I saw your mom over there. What's it like to have her part of this?
Well, again, that was probably one of the greatest moments of my life last season when she was able to light the torch for my father for the opening game in this stadium with that and that. And it meant so much to me to have her be able to do that. And now to have her here to be able to be part of the ribbon cutting is, again, another just one of those great moments in my lifetime to be able to have her share this moment with me and the Raider Nation.
What are her thoughts?
I ask her.
She loves it. I mean, she must love it, right? I mean, this is
She's excited to be here. Yeah, it is. Certainly is. And like I said, the entire Raider family, extended Raider family, everybody, the Raider Nation. This is our day.
Nervous about cutting it, or are you going to slice right through that baby?
Oh, I don't even know. I haven't even seen the scissors. Are they big?
Yeah.
Then I'm nervous.
All right, there we go.
He's scared of the size of the scissors.
I know, I love it. Isn't that great? I love it, man. Great stuff there from Mark, and yeah, it's so nice. You got it. This is a guy that sat out last year and didn't attend any of the Raider games because he didn't want to go to a game until Raider Nation could go to a game, until the rest of Raider Nation could show up. And so, it's got to be just an incredible experience for him. And look, this is going to sound like this is a freaking Celebrate Mark Davis segments here, but truly, this is a guy that caught so much flack from the way that he dealt with the city of Oakland and the departure from Oakland and through all that negotiation process and getting, originally looking at Los Angeles and then Vegas and knowing what a fan his dad, what Al was of Las Vegas and all the perseverance that he had during that time of criticism when people would accuse him of things of not having the business acumen, not having the money, not having all these different things that Mark was constantly attacked by, to now finally see this thing through to the final stage, which is where it was one thing to have people to have games played at Allegiant Stadium. It's a whole nother level to have games played there with fans in the stands and to where Mark could experience it with the fans. And so much respect to him for that. And yeah, it's just got to be a great feeling. So there he had the ribbon cutting, and as Mosh said, pretty funny because there he had he was a little intimidated by the size of the scissors. Well, Mosh, a little segment that we do around here sometimes. Sometimes somebody tailgates too much.
Just a little bit.
Just a little bit.
So you think it could maybe be? I was going back in the chat when I had a second after my breather there, and Rico says, "Well, I got 8 shots." He's just speaking of shots. I got 8 shots of whiskey. Can I join the show?
Absolutely, you can, Rico. No doubt.
That's our favorite shots, Rico.
That's a shots we can all agree on that one.
Speaking of tailgate too much and shots.
And shots, there we go. So what happens if Mark Davis has been hanging out with Rico and had 8 shots? Well, don't you know that? I'll wait till Swag Jeff gets back in here. Swag Jeff, who's not, we know Swag Jeff has seen 8 shots before. And so this is what it sounds like when you've had 8 shots and you have been tailgating too much.
Oh, I don't even know. I haven't even seen the scissors. Are they big? Then I'm nervous.
Nice. Oh. Good rip.
Can I play that again?
Yeah, one more time.
Okay.
Oh, Oh, I don't even know. I haven't even seen scissors. Are they big? Then I'm nervous.
You know, he's been a little leery of scissors ever since that haircut.
Oh, man.
That's not nice.
It's
Mike.
the truth.
Probably the same scissors that he uses for his haircut.
Have stayed fogged up this whole show so far. All right.
Hey, somebody just put in there. I'm sorry. Somebody says, well, this is the second most awkward moment in Raider fan radio.
Yeah.
That ever since you guys talked about the tuck rule dark side.
Oh my gosh, the worst live show we ever did, Swag Jeff, was what?
Were you all crying?
Oh my gosh! Well, it was okay.
It was
so
hard.
We do this show called Tales from the Nation. Where
we do that so often. We do that show.
Well, all right.
That might have been the last one that we did. We may have killed the show afterwards.
We used to do a show around here, called Tales from the Nation, where we would celebrate something significant in Raider history, and usually it was like, Goes to the Post or like Black Sunday or something.
Sure.
All right. Well, we decided to do the tuck rule, and we decided to do it live. And so we're sitting there online for like 90 minutes, reliving lowlights of the tuck rule.
You guys had like 3 listeners.
And
they were cussing us the whole time.
They're like, can you just like keep sticking pins in our eyes? Like, what the heck are we doing here, reliving this moment nonstop?
Well, it's funny, So speaking of the tuck rule, I think I saw on Twitter. I can't remember who talked about it on Twitter, but like that moment, like how much, like I think that they posed the question of, is there a certain play or a thing that happened that changed the entire like complexion of a team? And I mean, there's no moment
the two
more.
trajectories of franchises is the way that was worded.
Yeah.
And I want to talk. Go ahead, Mosh, because I want to bring this up. This is a good
I'm just
topic.
laughing at they're giving me a little bit of flack about getting on Mark about his hair, right?
Yeah.
And Rico says, respect to Mark, but after a few shots, will be impossible to not laugh at his haircut.
That's the low-hanging fruit, though, right? That's the low-hanging. All right. Here's something interesting, though, and I want to talk about this. Okay. And this is a fun thing to bring up, and we're kind of going way off of where we were, but this is a great topic. So the idea was brought up on Twitter. It was our good buddy and listener, Brent Morris, and Brent posed the question, did the tuck rule and the impact of the tuck rule, did it alter the course of 2 franchises? Did it sway the momentum of 2 franchises? Has there ever been a moment in sports history that have what? Just say, what are you? I can't do a thing when you guys are laughing over there. Just get it out.
No. So Michelle's in there saying, are you guys trying to send me into a depression tonight? We're talking about all the COVID stuff, which they said that was what they were talking about, and said the second most uncomfortable moment in Raiders fan radio history. And now we're talking about the tuck rule, which is the most uncomfortable moment.
All right.
It's making me laugh. I'm over here just dying. This is so funny.
Well, okay, but I thought Brent's question was fair. And so, is there a moment in sports that has had a bigger impact on the trajectory of franchises? And I think that there are numerous. What? Come on, guys, man. Shit. What? Just get it all out so I can go on with the segment.
We can't just get it all out because it's organic. It's happening, dude.
Oh my gosh. All right, so
they're going. Schmucky's going.
No
flashbacks to pain.
Let's hit a break. Move on. Killing me.
This is Trent Sig, and you're listening to Raiders Fan Radio with Murph, Swag Jeff, and Uncle Mosh. Just win, baby.
All right, so one of the hosts on a lot of the different shows that I really enjoy hearing his commentary on is Adam Shine. He's on CBS Sports Network. We've featured Adam's comments here on the show before, and I thought Adam had a really cool segment he does these little like quick hits and things that show up. He really, it's part of his show, but then he'll take these little quick hitters and put them out there on the social media. And I thought this was really fair. Like he brings up, he's talking about Derek Carr, and he's kind of talking about really the legacy of Derek Carr and Derek Carr's place. We hadn't hit enough controversial subjects tonight, so let's talk about Derek Carr as our quarterback. So he brings up the idea of like what Derek Carr should mean to the Raiders. And, you know, look, again, you want to talk about getting polarization around the fan base. It's amazing to me still the amount of people that don't embrace Derek fully as the quarterback of our football team. The guy's done nothing but show capability on and off the field to be an amazing leader for us, my opinion. But Adam brings that up, and I think he does it in a fair way because it reflects back on some of the other activity that's gone on around the franchise. So let's check in with Adam Shine and hear what he has to say about Derek Carr.
Love or loathe Derek Carr entrenched as the Raiders starter for his career. I love this. Now, you know, Carr was fired up at his news conference, wants to play 15 more years. Look, he's not going to play. He's 30 now until he's 45. Only someone like Tom Brady, the greatest of all time, can do that. But Carr should be entrenched. He is a phenomenal, excellent, great franchise quarterback for the Raiders. I mean, I don't want John Gruden because of that dopey, awful contract entrenched, and Derek Carr's not. Derek Carr is light years better at his job than John Gruden is at his. I mean, the drafting for Gruden and Mike Mayock the last few years has been flat out deplorable. Derek Carr should be a Raider forever. The Raiders have a winning franchise quarterback. They just have to get everything else moving in the right direction.
Yeah, I totally agree with that. You know, I mean, I have my fun with Marcus Mariota.
Sure.
You know, but that guy's going to be gone, you know, by week 3 of this season. I'm telling you, and you know, and that's good. And I'm sure we'll touch on it later. But Nathan Peterman, he showed up in that preseason game, man. I like what I saw, and I think he's going to be a good backup for Derek Carr. But Derek Carr is the man, whether you like it or not. The guy has, you know, proven. I mean, last year was such a. We always say every season is the most important year,
including
Derek
this one.
Including this one. This one is the most important. But last year was his most important season, and he shut a lot of people up, including 2 of the 3 guys that are sitting in this bonus room right now, because you know Uncle Mosh has been Team DC the entire time.
Absolutely.
Last year, you and I, Murph, we weren't so sure, man.
Going in the offseason of last year, we were highly considering the idea that Derek could be, I'm not going to say we were saying he was going to be playing for his job, but look, he had somebody that was the most capable challenger to his job that had ever happened in his prior
100%.
You know,
well, we never thought it was going to be Peterman challenging him for his job.
Certainly didn't think it was be Peterman, but we thought it would be Marcus Mariota. We thought that was going to be the thing. And I'll tell you what, it is very refreshing to see how well and capable Peterman was playing in that preseason game because of that idea that, like what Jeff said, realistic terms, Marcus Mariota, yes, they invested in him to be a backup to Derek Carr and to push him, and iron sharpens iron and all that. But you got to think about it. It's an investment. It was a way for them to take a player, rehabilitate his career, and then, you know, generate trade capital for him or something to that effect. So it was definitely an investment on the Raiders' part, and it's quickly showing that it's going to pay off. And so you develop Peterman to come along behind him because, like you said, Mariota might be gone by week 3. Well, then if you don't have anybody, if you have Case Kukas, you know, Kukas, we hardly knew us. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like the guy was in and gone. Like, is that the guy you want backing up Derek Carr? Absolutely not. So it's going to be Nathan Peterman.
I think this year, the biggest guy that we're going to look at for DC's career is not John Gruden. It's Gus Bradley. Get this defense in the right spot, which I saw a lot of improvement this weekend, man.
Oh my gosh.
And obviously it's preseason. Everyone calm down. It's preseason. You know, we're like this every year.
Yeah.
We see preseason game 1, you know, we lay a smack on, you know, the 2nd and 3rd string guys from the Seahawks and like, oh my gosh, we're the best team. We're going to win the Super Bowl. But like the game plan, I loved the game plan going in, man. Like, we saw like a bunch of different looks, man. How many times do you see the Raiders come in on an all-out blitz? I mean,
Gus Bradley defense, let alone.
Exactly.
That was incredible.
It was awesome, man. And everyone is going bananas over the Nate Hobbs sack, which it was beautiful. Well, I mean, one of the
fast.
It was
fast. Let's check in with it because this is great. Let's just jump right into that.
Okay, go for it.
Pete Carroll, Richard Sherman, Cam Chancellor, Earl Thomas, all of those young players came in and contributed immediately.
And of course, that was the Chargers, not the Rams. Good pressure off the edge. And the sack in the back, Nate Hobbs.
Hobbs came, they had no idea. It was created the pressure that gave him the sack fumble. And it's going to be a Raider football right here. Hobbs came, they had no idea, Rich, that he didn't have any idea where it was coming from.
There's a stinger that came right off the slot. Geno Smith never felt him come. It's going to come right off the slot there. And it's a poor job in protection. Geno Smith has no idea.
And Rich, the other part is Philon inside 96, who recovered the fumble, took it away from him. He had nice pressure to the front.
All right, so I love what you brought up, Jeff, about like that was an electrifying play. Like Nate Hobbs executed just like he was asked to do. But to be set up and the way that blitz worked by blitzing from the strong side, that nickel corner, having him come in, created some confusion. It was having 6 guys coming at the quarterback created confusion on that Seattle offensive line. Now, granted, we're talking about a preseason offensive line. You're talking about guys that may or may not even be on the field when it comes to week 1. But still, that idea that a guy that is not known historically for dialed up a blitz with that player, and they executed it perfectly, not to mention Darius Philon had amazing pressure and probably was going to sack Geno Smith anyways, regardless of what Nate Hobbs did. But the play was absolutely pulled off to perfection. Mosh, I know you were talking about it prior to our show getting started. What'd you think about the way that Nate came in on that play?
We were watching, Jeff and I were watching it, just going over some highlights and stuff, and we were watching. Guys, if you haven't seen it, get on the YouTube and look at it, and they show it over and over, and then they zoom in on it. But what amazed me is it looked like we had 27 people rushing.
Yeah, right?
I mean, there was more silver and black in the backfield than there was whatever the colors they have. You know, it was amazing, and he took his head off, man. Yeah. Should have been a penalty. I think in the real...
You think so?
I think so.
You think he came in above the pads?
Not that I'm for that being a penalty, because I'm not.
Yeah.
But by today's standards, I think he was way above the shoulder pads. He was around the neck. Now, like Swaggy said,
I think it shocked him.
He didn't hit him. He didn't hit him in the chin. He didn't hit him in the helmet. But he didn't hit his pads either. So what's exposed? Hell, if that would have been Peyton.
Oh, jeez. Or Tom Brady.
There was like 9 vertebrae in there, that were exposed.
Exactly.
But he did. I mean, it was a hell of a shot.
It looked like Macho Man Raider Savage coming in and laying like one of his finishing moves.
Yeah, it really did. Like, he creamed him, and it was great. But it did. It really did look like we had 10 guys on the line. They just blew right over. That was so much fun.
And I'd take nothing away from Nate Hobbs, but I see now, Raider Twitter lights up and goes, Nate Hobbs is going to be our starting corner or starting this. Easy. It was a great play. I think that let's not let the execution and the electrifying nature of that play outshine the coaching, because I think that seriously, Gus Bradley, look. And if you want to get into, and we're going to hear from Gus here in a second because he was mic'd up this week too, but look, there's a lot of, I don't have the clips to share with you because it just happened today, but I think it was Jeff mentioned, the Raiders went to LA.
Yeah.
They've had joint practices today with the Rams. And look, I know better than to get excited about a preseason game. I know better than to get excited about joint practices. But look, if you were following Twitter today during the Raiders joint practice with the Rams, if you weren't getting pumped up, then check your Raider fan pulse, because the Raiders were whipping the Rams today. We're talking about a Matthew Stafford-led Rams teams that, of course, is one of the freaking, what am I trying to say? What's the word I'm looking for? One of the freaking,
not elite, but
whatever. Like one of the
one of the good ones,
the preferred team. What's the word I'm looking for?
The favorites,
the league favorite. A lot of the pundits are picking the Rams. Whatever. So this is a very, very good football team, coached, of course, by Sean McVay, but has amazing players like Jalen Ramsey. Oh, yeah, by the way, who's the consensus best corner in all of football, Jeff?
Yeah, I mean, Jalen Ramsey.
And who torched him today 3 times?
That's Ron the Matorators boy. That's number 13, Hunter Renfrow.
When Hunter Renfrow is whipping the best corner in the league, things are going good for your football team.
Well, yeah.
Henry Ruggs was catching bombs from Derek Carr in the end zone. Derek Carr was hitting Darren Waller in the corner of the end zone.
Yep.
Who threw that?
That would be Derek Carr. We know that we were getting picks today. Littleton had a pick. They picked off Matthew Stafford 3 times. Now look, I know it's joint practices, but when we're talking about taking it to the freaking Rams in a joint, look, that fired me up, man.
Absolutely.
We were absolutely wearing them out, not only on offense, but defensively too.
Yep.
We were taking Rasul Douglas had a pick today. Oh my gosh.
Well,
he's
and
so good.
and you know who I've been really impressed with watching the preseason game and a little bit of this too is Zay Jones.
That guy's legit, dude.
I mean, he kind of flew under the radar a little bit last year and
Yeah,
stuff.
but he came in before we signed him, though. Remember, he came in. Everybody was talking about how great he was,
Right?
Oh,
and then
absolutely,
we needed to get him. We needed to get him. We needed to get him. So
yeah, absolutely. Well, he changed his number to 7 this year. Lucky 7s, man, and he's
best celebration on the sideline too. Did you see that?
Oh yeah,
so funny,
So
dude.
good.
He's great, man. Zay Jones is awesome. Hey, I know we've been talking so much tonight, but Swag Jeff, tell us what's going on in the chat. I know we've had a lot of super chats coming in, and please and read the comments on those super chats. Those folks that are so kind to donate.
Schmucky the Raider, let's see. I think one of the Mangus guys did. I can't scroll up that far, but
I'll find it.
But
for you.
yeah, I think $4.99 from Daniel Mangus. Schmucky the Raider Bear.
What did he say too? Tell us about it.
Schmucky the Raider Bear, $10 says, "Thanks for keeping it awkward tonight, guys. Sometimes we need to have these conversations."
Daniel said,
and there's Daniel Mangus. Hobbs killed Smith. F the flag. It's football.
Come on.
Yeah.
Well, hey, and listen, and I'll just say one last parting shot here, and then Mosh, take us to see if fans please. Actually, you know what? I got one more thing I want to bring up.
I thought you were going to do weren't you going to do it?
Yeah, we're getting long though, so we'll just hit the rest of those. We're good on those.
Okay.
But I do want to say, look, this is. I'm not like this whole Raider Nation. Yes, sometimes we do need to have awkward conversations. And look, Raider Nation is family, and us here, we're a legit family. So we can have this out. And we all gonna love each other no matter what. So we're gonna. It's okay to talk about this stuff and share with you. All right, a couple more things I want to get to. I got this piece of paper here in front of me. This is interesting. So speaking of Swag Jeff, what he brought up, and this is what kicked off my memory about Zay Jones. All right. So Zay Jones right now is your number 2 wide receiver. The Raiders released, for those of you that are on the audio podcast, the Raiders released this depth chart going into week 2. And this was very interesting to me.
Of the preseason.
Of the preseason. Yeah, excuse me. Of the preseason.
Yeah, I thought I missed something.
No. I'm sorry. Of the preseason. As of right now, on the depth chart, Zay Jones is number 2 on the other side of John Brown.
Okay.
Neither one of them are starting. Your starting wide receivers for your Las Vegas Raiders, as of right now, Henry Ruggs III and Brian Edwards.
Absolutely.
Those are your 2 starting guys.
That's the way it should be.
And then you got Brown and Jones, and then, of course, Keelan Doss, and then Marcel Aitman.
Right. And then, of course, Renfrow.
Renfrow shows it. Yes, Renfrow is of course your starting slot. Yeah, and then Willie Snead and then DJ Turner back him up. But I thought that was very interesting that the 2 rookies who we need to step up in their second year were leading off in terms of being starters. Also on that list, jumping to the defensive side of the ball, Max Crosby, no surprise there. Tanner Muse, what is it?
Go.
Tanner Muse at the strong. Nick Morrow is your starting middle linebacker with Corey Littleton on the weak side and Kwiatkowski backing up. Now, I don't think that's going to hold. I don't think Nick Morrow is going to be your starting middle linebacker.
You don't think?
I think it's going to be Kwiatkowski.
Nah, man, it's Morrow, bro.
Really?
I really think it's Morrow. Morrow had an incredible season last year, man. He stepped up big time. And, remember, we had the inside take that the team wasn't sold on him. And
we heard that from inside the locker room.
From inside the locker room, we heard that. Yep. And I think he shut a lot of people up last year.
Yeah, he sure did.
Maybe that's why number 51 didn't come back to silver and black.
Ooh.
You know what I mean?
Oh.
God.
Is that why we don't play this?
What's up, Raider Nation? It's your boy, Will Compton. You're listening to Raiders Fan Radio.
Yeah.
That's why we don't play that anymore.
Yeah. So I was
Might get a new jersey over there.
Yeah, well, yeah.
Change that jersey out for that 51 to a 15.
Oh, I like it. I like it.
Hey, go ahead, Jeff.
So I was chuckling while you were talking there because we were talking about the awkwardness of the show tonight. And Ron the Materator says next week tune in as RFR gets their prostates examined live.
Spoilers.
Hey, so let me throw this out there. See what you guys think. Okay. So you know how we've extended the season this year, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so you've extended the season. You got COVID protocol. You got all this other stuff going on. I was talking. I just got back. I got back this morning from
Casino Sports.
Casino Sports, which I laid a couple bets. I'll tell you about that in a second.
Okay.
I was talking with this guy and I came up with this idea. I'm like, if we're going to extend the season, why not extend the roster?
They did.
But it used to be the 53, right?
Yeah.
What'd they extend it to?
58.
Is it 58? I thought it was 55.
Is it only 55?
I thought but I didn't know it went through. I thought there was talk about it. But did it actually happen?
Yeah.
It did go to 58.
Well, I know last year for sure they did it. Look it up, Jeff, if you don't mind, please, while we're talking.
Aaron the Q-Dog says 55.
55.
Okay, Aaron would know.
Because I knew they extended it out, and then it goes even past that, and then we still have, because it used to be a 10-man practice roster,
Right,
but I believe
right.
that's even bigger now. Aaron or chat room, please tell us, because they did it for COVID. Was the original, and then I think they carried a big chunk of that over. That's a great question, Mosh. So yeah, Chronicles of the Black Hole says 55, and let us know what the practice squad is. Is that still 10-man, or what does that look like too?
Because I remember that I know had been done. I didn't know that they had gone through all the way exactly for who we can carry on the team.
Yeah,
it is 55. Good.
Oh, look at Chevy Silver Raider says 58, not bad. I prefer 60. Right
nice.
On.
So does
absolutely.
Mosh.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, I was 55 for about 9 years.
Well, yeah, you were. You still are.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So I got one more before we get off this roster thing. The other one that jumped out at me that I thought was interesting, and I want to hear from both you guys on this, is that 2 starting safeties. And maybe this isn't a surprise. I don't know, but it was a little bit to me to see it in writing anyways. At the, quote, strong, of course, safety nowadays, but at the strong is Jonathan Abram, and at free is our second-round draft pick, Trayvon Merrick.
I love that.
Not surprising, or does that surprise you?
No, it doesn't surprise me at all. That's what it needs to be.
That's what it needs
It's
to
what
be.
it needs to be, man.
Carl Joseph just going to rotate in, you think? Tyree Gillespie, rotate in?
Yeah, well, he's kind of, that safety room right now is kind of like how it was last year. I think obviously it's improved, but because last year was Abram and Eric Harris, and then Jeff Heath rotating in.
Right.
So now you got Carl Joseph, who is a capable rotation guy.
Very much so, man. Absolutely. Yeah, I think that was a solid pickup for the Raiders. I'm excited to see. I think Merrick. And look, I'm not going to get all crazy. I'm not going to say this is going to be Atkinson and freaking Tatum, but in terms of skill set, in terms of you lit up on that one, Mock, right? In terms of skill set, though, Merrick and Abram, we're talking the same kind of player dynamic between the two. Look, we'll see where it goes, but I think they certainly have the potential. I'll say this: their play will complement each other.
Yeah,
we'll see. Will be determined how successful they are.
I'm going to call this right now.
Do it. Bold predictions.
Morrig is Defensive Rookie of the Year.
Oh,
seriously?
Let's go, Swag Jeff.
Come
on. I love it, man.
Yeah.
I love it.
Take it to the bank.
All right. Take it to the bank. All right, Uncle Mosh.
Aaron says 17-0, including the Chiefs forfeiting to us in KC.
I love it. Absolutely.
They're just not going to even come out.
No,
they're going to be driving around the stadium while we're out there on the sidelines.
They're going to be scared after we whip them in Allegiant Stadium. They won't want to come back out.
Nice.
All right. Let's go ahead and hit the Sea of Fans mailbag, Uncle Mosh, and hear from the best of Raider Nation.
There he is, fading, looking. He's under the gun. He's tied. He throws. It is. He caught it.
welcome into the Sea of Fans mailbag. This is where we hear from the best of Raider Nation. This is where we'd love to read your emails and, of course, hear your amazing voicemails that you all call in every week. And we've got some great ones to get to tonight. So you can contact us a multitude of ways. You can jump in the chat like so many folks have here tonight. Chris Gang is in there. Raider born Rico. What's up, Rico? Man, been a minute since we heard a phone call from you. Give us a shout, man. Matthew Menges is in there, and that goes for everybody in the chat room. We want to hear from all of you. And you can do that by sending us an email at show@RaidersFanRadio.com, or you can call the voicemail line, 909-345-3346. That's 909-345-3346. And so, Matthew Menges is in there. Aaron the Q-Dog Raider. Paul is in there. Aaron Crocker coming to us all the way from Australia is in there. What's up, Aaron? Coach Davis.
He's back.
What's up, brother? Good to see you. Aaron the Q-Dog Raiders, I mentioned. The Big Easy is in there. Chronicles of the Black Hole is in there. Foxy Scorpio is in there. Ron the Mater Raider, of course, holding it down, who's got the toughest job.
He's been busy tonight. He's been really busy tonight.
I like what Rico said. He said, swag with the golden nuggets.
And Rico knows about golden nuggets.
Hey, and you got golden nuggets and a silver jersey over there, man. You're rocking the new Waller.
Yeah, man.
Show that thing off, dude.
Yeah, man. Oh, yeah. I love this thing, bro.
You like those silver ones, man.
Yeah, man. I love that, man. I like the alternates.
You do.
I'm a big alternate guy, man.
You know, whatever. You do.
It's your lifestyle, bro.
Yeah, man. Whatever. Love is love.
Okay.
Assholes. Come on.
Here at the top of the show, we do emails. Dicks.
Wow. Evening, everybody.
This is the most awkward show ever.
Hope you are all well.
Yeah. Hey, turn this to make me more red.
Wait, get him really going. So for those of you on the podcast that are listening, Murph is adjusting. Little Swaggy J's lights, and he looks like he's been. Looks like he got into his little girl's makeup and put the lipstick all over his cheeks.
Jeez, Mosh.
Thanks for tuning in for another episode of Raiders Fan Radio. Good night, everybody.
Good evening, everybody. Hope you are well. To start tonight, I'd like to say a word for our good friend, Swaggy J. I get the do not sit in Uncle Mosh's chair side of things, and I wouldn't recommend it to anyone. But maybe ease up on the beatings a little, or put an armed guard on Michelle. Next time she's in the cave, you see, she seemed to really enjoy herself, and with the tray and the kicking. And I get the feeling she may have done this once or twice in her life.
Well, yeah.
My, oh my. The whole show was as good as ever last week. So much so that I listened to it back to the voicemails from Sea of Fans a couple of times. I've been watching some comedy heroes on the YouTube. A little Mel Brooks, a little Tim Conway, and a little Harvey Korman. But what made me laugh more than all of those was Eye Patch's email. It was outstandingly funny, along with the sad sack audio, which makes me cry laughing every time I hear it. That's so
it's
true.
The best.
On my day of reckoning, when they throw me in the ground or chuck me in a furnace, if somebody plays sad sack, people will still hear me laughing. How good it is to have some football again. I know it's only preseason, but it's still so good to have it back. The game was pretty much what we expected to see. We got some good time. We got some good game time into the younger guys, and there was some good highlights from one or two players, which are worthy of note. Keelan Doss and Zay Jones let people know they're still around. BJ Emmons and Trey Regis with some good RB skills, and Nate Hobbs, I love that kid, hitting their quarterback like a heat-seeking missile. We also learned that it still feels good to beat the Sea Dorks, whatever the occasion. They're not my most hated team in the league, but they still break me out in a rash. It goes back to when they were in the AFC West and all the Steve Largent and Brian Bosworth garbage. In conclusion, a good start to the preseason program. And when it's all said and done, excuse me, And when it's all said and done, the only good thing to come out of Seattle is Fraser Crane.
Ah, nice.
Now to the elephant in the room. Sorry, Uncle Mosh. Wait. Whoa! Whoa! Whoa!
Did he really say that? That's awesome.
No, he didn't.
Yeah, he did. And I think...
Damn, Paul.
You go, Paul.
Jeez.
Taking a shot at the fat guy, Paul. Paul.
Oh, my gosh.
I'll read it again. Now to the elephant in the room.
None of us are immune to taking shots.
I'm telling you, and I read it twice about me. Now to the elephant in the room, third time. Sorry, Uncle Mosh. Excuse me. But please indulge me for a second. Is this the Raiders' biggest season in years?
The biggest, no pun intended.
No pun intended, huge guy. My short answer is no, and here's why. For any changes to happen, we would have to have a seriously bad season. A losing season for sure. If we do crap the bed, then the major pressure will be on Mark Davis as to what happens next. But we aren't going to have a losing season. You see, we are headed to the postseason this year. And you know what, Paul? I made a bet on that in the bookies room down there. There has to be progression shown at all times, and I believe that it has been shown. We are moving in the right direction. Maybe not as quickly as we would have liked to have been moving, but it's happening. It may be that the foundations that are being laid now won't yield glory for Gruden and Carr, but for the next generation that will have a better chance tomorrow because of the hard work being done today. I choose to be positive, and I'm looking forward to a winning season and postseason opportunities. I still have the dream of our fourth title coming soon, and excuse me,
Jeez,
I couldn't help it. He got me laughing so
Switch
hard
to
on
the filters, Mosh.
I'm telling you. You know, I should have gone to those Camel unfiltered lights.
Yeah.
Gruden and Carr, and they're still very much part of that. Picture the scene. Roger Goodell and Jim Nantz step aside on the podium as Mark Davis smiles down a camera lens, holding the Lombardi Trophy aloft and shouting, "Just win, baby!"
Let's go.
With a cardboard cutout of a miserable-looking Pete Rozelle next to him for old time's sakes. On to the Rams this weekend. Stay safe, RFR family. Love you, Raider Nation. His Lordship, the Royal Scribe, Paul Egerton, Shropshire, Mississippi, Polly Award winner 2019, Foggy Glasses Award winner 2020, BRT Sizzler scorekeeper, proud made man, five-time plus one, winner of the Raiders Fan Radio BRT Sizzler Award.
Nice.
Sorry about all
Let's
that
go, Paul.
Paul. Paul.
Paul.
Paul. Paul.
Paul, your name Paul?
Paul. Paul.
I met him with Paul.
Who?
Paul.
Paul, yes, Paul.
Paul's not here. Hey, Paul. Paul.
Hi. I'm Paul.
We always appreciate you, Paul, the best of the emailers. And yes, please keep emailing us at show@RaidersFanRadio.com. And listen, if we if we read your email or play your voicemail, I'm screwing that up. If we read your email in indefinite, and what a weird show. Somebody said that in there.
Yeah, that was me. That was me that said that. Yeah, that was Swaggy J that said that.
Aaron said 30 seconds of Paul and one insult.
And one insult. The elephant in the room. All right. So if we read your email an indefinite amount of times, or if we play your voicemail 3 times, you can become a made man or a made woman, like Paul, like Michelle, like Aaron the Q-Dog Raider, like so many of the other amazing folks that we have in the chat room. And so in terms of the made man and the made men and the made women, we have a captain of that crew. Every crew needs a captain, and he is our good friend Aaron the Q-Dog Raider. We call him the Capo, and he always kicks off this segment. So let's go ahead and check in with our buddy Aaron.
Greetings, I'm Earth, the Siglary Moss, on the boss, Sonny.
Our Sergeant Arms Sizzler, Big Raider Trucker, Mojo from When the Universe Speaks, Ramon the Mean King, Swag Jeff, Ron the Maid Raider Nation. Maybe it's me, but I've never seen Murph and Bears coach Matt Nagy in the same place at the same time. Enter the 2020 draft. C.J. Henderson was widely regarded as one of the best in the entire class, selected number 9 overall by the Jags. The plan to replace superstar Jalen Ramsey. Fast forward to 2021, however, things are not going according to script. Recently, ESPN's Jeremy Fowler broke the news that the team may be putting the former fourth-round cornerback up for trade. During that same draft, however, the Raiders picked up their own first-round cornerback, the red-tipped and dipped Damon Arnett from Ohio State University. Surely Mike Mayock never expected Henderson to become available a year later. Hey, if given the opportunity, the Raiders have to pull the trigger on this and further shore up that secondary. Now, post-game wrap up, the Raiders rookies that are making the impact the most, stemming from that 20-7 victory over the Seahawks. Nate Hobbs, he staked his claim early to be the starting slot cornerback. Backs Trey Regis and B.J. Emmons, my favorite, and according to Josh Jacobs, his favorite too. The competition.
I love it how everybody was saying about Regis, how it rhymes with Vegas, and he's already taken on that nickname.
Nice.
Isn't that
Good.
so cool?
I love
it. Yeah.
Between the two is definitely iron sharpening iron. Wide receiver DJ Turner, he's putting Willie Snead, in the spin cycle. He might make that sixth wide receiver vacancy. Now, Dylan Stoner, he's trying to surpass both Turner and Snead to get that sixth spot as well, especially as a special teamer. Alex Leatherwood, he held his own pretty well. He doesn't make the same mistake twice, and he's very businesslike, but his pass protection certainly could use improvement. Safeties Trayvon Merrick and Tyree Gillespie both got a tackle apiece and are looking good. Now, by Tuesday, August 24th, 1 p.m., the Raiders need to cut down to 80 men, and the last roster cut to 55 is going to have to happen on the 31st of August at 1 p.m. Silver linings. It's good to have kicker Daniel Carlson back off of the COVID list, and kudos to Mark Davis for making sure that everybody attending the Death Star is vaccinated. The hit list. Case Kukas, Dominic Eberle, Liam McCullough, Bo Scarborough, Caleb Scott, Devontae Bosby, Ethan Westbrook, Tim Tebow, Jim Rome, Mike Wilbon, Insurrectionist, as per usual, Mike Ditka. Did I make the time limit? Rue.
Nice. You just made it in, Capo. Absolutely, man. Great job as always, and always love to hear from our Capo as he kicks off this segment of our voicemails. All right, so we've got a couple of made men coming in, but then we have a new caller this week.
Nice.
Yeah, love to hear new callers. It's been a hot minute since we had a new made man or a made woman around here, and so look forward to hearing from this gentleman a couple more times. We see him in the chat. We've seen him in the chat a lot lately. He goes by Chronicles of the Black Hole, and he also, in real life, his name is Daniel, and so let's go ahead and check in with our good buddy Daniel.
Hey, this is OG Daniel from Chronicles of the Black Hole. I love that Michelle and Uncle Mosh beat down of Swag. That was some real WWE stuff, man. That was entertainment at its finest.
All right, there we go. That's all.
That was quick and painless.
Quick and painless, man. Good to hear from Daniel, man. And yeah, I had a front row seat to that ass whipping, and I got to tell you, man, that was some of the hardest I've ever laughed on this show, man. That was really funny, and
yeah, it was great.
Tell them what the text you sent to all of us the next day, Jeff.
Oh, what about just being sore?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, it hurt so bad.
In the business, they call it taking bumps, and you took some bumps.
I took a few bumps, man. And and Michelle, she got me pretty good, but that may be, the fannies. We talked about ass whippings of
right.
Swag Jeff's career.
Yeah,
and that one's the front runner for next year.
Oh,
yeah, man.
The Swag Jeff Beatdown Award.
Yeah, man.
You might even catch that one on the regular show, not even the off-camera technical award.
Yeah, it was real. Yeah, you got my ass, you got my head, you got everything, man. It wasn't fun.
For those of you that missed it, go back and check us out on the Tick Tocks at Raiders Fan Radio, and you can see Swag Jeff get beat down by our good friend Michelle, and of course Uncle Mosh.
We had some good parts in that. That was fun.
Oh, so fun! You guys did great. You guys did great.
I think my favorite thing though, more than the donut, which you thought I was gonna.
That was hilarious. Michelle goes like, "Mosh, I got donuts."
But the best was her back kick. When we,
yeah.
I was dragging her away, and she's still trying to kick him,
taking shots,
and then beat you.
And then hit me,
and then turned on you. And
she's
got
such a good improviser.
Oh my
man.
gosh,
she's
it's
the
so
best.
good.
And that's Aaron the Q-Dog Raider in the chat says Michelle turned heel. Yes, she did.
Absolutely, she did.
Yeah. Sugar Ray Sweat is what they're calling her. That's what Paul called her.
Oh, nice. Yeah, that was awesome, man. That was so much fun. Anyway, so check that out there on the TikTok at Raiders Fan Radio.
Matthew Manga says, "Wait till I catch you, swag."
Oh,
hey,
it's as the kids say, it's on site with you, bro.
Is that what they say?
It's on site with you, bro.
On site, man.
Oh.
Hey, Mangus brothers are throwing hands at Swag Jeff.
Hey, bring it on, man. Bring it on. I'm ready.
Listen, Mangus brothers, Swag Jeff is my best friend. You may have beef with him, but that's my guy, man. Like, take it easy on him.
You might
now.
have to. You might.
But you know what? You didn't do a damn thing last week, so I don't.
That was different.
Nah, you ain't in my corner, bro. You ain't in my damn corner. You were fogging your damn glasses
I'm over
up.
here trying to run the show. Someone's got to produce the show.
I was laying on the ground
to demonstrate all that fabulous sports entertainment to the rest of the podcasting world. I can't come out from behind the desk.
Somebody had to commentate.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, exactly. I should have done a better job.
Yeah.
All right, here we go. Let's get up into our next. So speaking of made men, we love our good friend down in Houston. He is Houston Raider Steve and always comes with the great Raiders history.
Murph, Mosh, Swag, Jeff, Nation, Houston Raider Steve. I was going to say, I was lucky enough to go to the...
And what are you coming at me for? You're the one that kept sitting in his damn chair. It's not my fault. I'm not going to protect your ass.
He's still thinking about that.
If you're going to make a dopey decision like sit in Uncle Mosh's chair after he told you not to do it like 75 times, if you catch an ass whipping, that's your own fault. So if the Mangus brothers want to throw hands on site, whatever. Mangus brothers, have at them.
Wow.
Damn.
Yeah.
Damn.
Who just turned heel now, bitch?
Jeez. Holy crap. I love it.
Houston Raiders.
That's funny. Of course, he did try to suck you into his maniacal. Last week when you at one point you were taking shots.
You said stop roping me into this stuff.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Okay, I'm not roped now. All right,
Paul Egerton says, delayed reaction from Murph?
I'm slow, Paul. This is my speed.
Aaron the Q-Dog Raider just says the Don has ordered a hit, bitch. No kidding, man.
I run a little slow, man. It takes me a little bit to catch
y'all
up.
are taking shots at Swag all day. This is worse than the ass whipping. I'd rather y'all just kick my ass than, question my freaking integrity. Good night. Good
Lee
night.
says Murph with a legendary promo.
Oh my gosh!
Yeah, what the hell?
Oh, you know I love you.
Yeah, right.
Funny way of showing it, though, right?
No kidding.
All right.
Houston Raider Steve, where you at? Say me, bro.
There we go.
Murph, Mosh, Swag, Jeff, Nation, Houston Raider Steve. I was going to say, I was lucky enough to go to the Hall of Fame induction ceremony, but I wanted to tell you something. That guy, Drew Pearson, Will Rogers used to say he never met a man that he didn't like. Well, he never met Drew Pearson. That guy's ego, the only ego that's bigger than his, is Jerry Jones. They love looking in the mirror. It's all about them. You have Tom Flores, who's probably the face of the Raiders, is what we were saying. He's got to wait, 22, 23 years to get in? And this blank clown, Drew Pearson, whole time I've lived in Texas over 50 years. That guy is the biggest self-promoter, always,
Come on.
By the way, he did push off against that guy when he got that immaculate catch that he made up in Minnesota in the end zone for that touchdown. He pushed off. Excuse me. I can't
Sounds like you, Mosh.
I'm telling you, I had a rough
doctor get a
time.
colonoscopy than listen to Drew Pearson. That clown was up there. Me. Look at me. He's been like that his whole life. I can't stand the man. Man, that guy sucked. Worst speech I've ever heard. And you make Tom Flores the classiest man you'll ever meet. Nicest guy, down to earth, salt of the earth, the nicest person you'd ever meet. Has to go after that clown. Keister clown, I'll call him. Screw that dude. He sucked. Worst speech ever.
What do you really think?
Man, I almost had to go to the bathroom and puke up nachos. Listen to that crap. He sucks. Man, that's like having to give a trophy to the participation kid.
Oh.
It was worse. Goodbye.
All right, great stuff there from our good buddy Houston Raiders, Steve. Appreciate you. And yeah, not a finer point to be made in terms of the contrast that was going on there.
Seriously.
Like we talked about not that long ago, a few weeks ago, about Giannis Antetokounmpo and about his amazing comments that he made during the finals about, not living in the past, not projecting what's going to be in the future, about being in the present. Like there's no one that runs more counter than than Drew Pearson. Like someone that just wants to celebrate self. And again, I'll save you the rant about Cliff Branch. But anyways, yes, great points there by our good friend Houston Raiders Steve. All right, we got one more to get to tonight before we get out of here for the evening. Appreciate all of you, Raider Nation. So in terms of the best caller or email of the week, we turn that over to the legendary Uncle Mosh, and he awards the Sizzler Award to the best call or the best emailer. And so let's go ahead and check in with the last one, and then we'll hear from Uncle Mosh on who the best one was.
I hate the Seahawks. I hate them so much. I don't want to talk about the preseason win or anything else. Y'all laugh when I get this way, but apparently my email to you guys last year wasn't enough to describe my loathing for these sucky second-class seasonals.
It was a good one.
That was a good one.
You guys are not Alaskans. You're not from Alaska. You probably have no idea. But maybe some of you might understand. But let me try again, because I hate the sea chicken. Preseason is nothing to frown at as we get to see how good our bench is going to be. But wait, this is the first football game Raider Nation gets to show up and watch the Raiders play. Supremely significant, sensationally salient to know how big is Raider Nation going to be and how they're going to sound in the new stadium. And they are playing against a team that I swear makes my blood seethe more than the Kansas City Chiefs, the Seattle Sequaks, and their insufferable 12th man. I hate them. I hate them so much. They are scum to the center of their being, and their self-serving, slave-like behavior to the spotlight can only be described as sluttish. Did any of you know that there were 2 broadcasts going on during the game? Well, I sure have seen it, because throughout the entire game, the announcers were going over the Seahawks, and only the Seahawks. They were even interviewing players while the Raiders had the ball, while they had the ball on offense. They were freaking doing interviews on them. They were interviewing players such as DK Metcalf, Golden Tate, Russell Wilson. All advertisements were about Seattle and only Seattle. The announcers were wearing Seattle polo shirts, getting excited on Seattle plays, but complaining about the rest of the calls when it wasn't about them and not showing enthusiasm for the Raiders. I thought I was losing my mind until I went on Facebook and asked Raider Nation if I was the only one. I'm not. Apparently, Raider fans all over the world are experiencing this. They experienced it. You mean to tell me that during the Raiders' first game ever in front of fans, you were going to focus on nothing but the away team? Where is the fairness in that? Where is the neutrality? Why isn't there a broadcast for the Raiders? So
well, there was.
I watched the game on mute while listening to the radio, which was 30 seconds behind. I hate the Seahawks. Well, you know what? I apologize, Murph, because you are going to need to edit or bleep this out. Because the Seahawks, Seattle, and their shitty ass, rainy all year, weathering city asses.
Google Voice.
Got the 3-minute time limit there, Kill Jadis. But great call. It's our good buddy, Kill Jadis, of course. He calls himself the northernmost Raider fan. So listen, I feel you that on whatever broadcast you got in Alaska, yeah, that would have been in one of the Seattle Seahawks broadcasts. That makes sense, and that sucks that you had to see that. Now I'm doing the C's. But for those of us that streamed it and were able to find ways, it was the Raider. It was Matt Millen, Beth Mowens, and Rich Gannon. So it was a very Raider-centric broadcast, and that was the one they replayed then, of course, on the NFL Network. But I feel your pain, man. And I, you know what? The one that I really can't stand is like when we play like, because usually, or at least a lot of times when we play Seattle, because we play the West Coast teams during the preseason, we play them at their place.
Right.
And those are the gross ones where they're just, I mean, yes, it's incessant and whatever. And you have no option other than that for the, as a fan to watch. But at least in this one, they had an alternate broadcast and that, fortunately he didn't get it, but a lot of us did, saw the Raiders, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Well, and, and I like his point about them interviewing the stupid players in the middle of the game. Like, I get that they want to do that. Preseason's the time to do that and stuff, but just have it playing in the background. Like, they're cutting to DK Metcalf just standing there without his pads on. I'm like, I don't want to see that. Move, get out of here. I'm trying to watch the game.
Yeah.
So I'm with him on that for sure.
Absolutely. So you stoked for the Rams game, Swaggo?
Well, yeah,
it's gonna be great,
especially after hearing about practice and stuff today.
Yeah,
it could be another big.
It might be a little snarky out there.
Yeah, and your boy Incognito was mixing it up. Yeah, good stuff. All right, Mosh, who do you got for the best of the best?
Man, so of course we heard from Paul. Paul took a shot and he apologized in the chat saying, "Oh, Mosh, Hey, Paul, never apologize for a good bit.
Right?
You don't have to do that." We heard from the Capo. He got in under the time limit, even though Capo, you ain't scared of Google Voice. And then OG Daniel came in with a hello. We got to hear his voice, and it was great. Houston Raiders Steve, Drew Pearson, the only man Will Rogers would not like.
Love that line, man.
And then I love the about puking up his nachos.
Yes.
Goodbye. I was glad that the goodbye is back.
Yes, the goodbye's legit.
And Kill Jadis. Oh my gosh. Kill Jadis, you know me. The fans know me. I'm all about hate. When it comes to rivalries and hate, and I know that being up there in Alaska, heck, you can see Russia from your house, okay? You're so far north. You hate the Seahawks, and I get it, and I love you for that, but I hate that Google Voice got you. And with Houston Raiders Steve, who is part of the team, he can't get the Sizzler, right?
Well, no, he can get it.
Oh, he can get the Sizzler.
Sure, yeah.
I thought he was part of the team who's got it enough, and then because he is the historian.
No, he's eligible.
Well, then Houston Raiders Steve.
Hey!
I am the Sizzler.
Sizzler. I don't know how I messed that up. I thought he was ineligible.
We are Metallica, and we are here for your Oakland Raiders!
You know why we out here, and we ain't playing around today.
From The Walking Dead to errant Jedi Knights, Raiders fans are a rogues gallery.
Island of Foster Moreau.
Dummy.
The hell is that?
I don't know. I don't know where that came. I watched the Val Kilmer thing the other night, so I was thinking of the Island of Dr. Moreau. So that's kind of cool. I'm sure someone else has come up with that already.
I don't know about
The
that.
Island of Foster Moreau.
I don't know.
Peter Schrager had Foster Moreau as one of his breakout players, top 10 breakout players in all of the NFL.
Good.
Yeah, interesting.
Remember on Hard Knocks when John Gruden did the whole thing with the Morrow.
Yes, that was so
was
funny.
Such a good bit.
It was Josh Morrow, Nicholas Morrow, and Foster Moreau. Yeah, and he's like, "What's your name, Morrow? What's your name, Morrow? What's your name, Morrow?" And all three are spelled differently.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, that was great. Yeah, that was a good bit. All right, so appreciate all of you joining us live here tonight for this episode of Raiders Fan Radio. Hey, keep it weird, Raider Nation, right? But hey, listen, it's all love, and I actually really enjoyed this show. I'm sorry that if it felt any kind of way to anybody, but I think these things are healthy, and I think that it's a good thing to go through, and especially when we're considering the Mangus brothers beating up on our best friends. And listen, there's just some visuals that you just got to embrace, right, Swag Jeff?
Well, and especially all the talk about colonoscopies.
Yeah, no comment.
So it's so funny. So here we are talking about all these like crazy things tonight, and then the chat room has been going off about colonoscopies all night. Like, how did that?
Yeah,
how
right?
those things connect? I have no idea. But anyways, we love you, Raider Nation. Man, thank you so much for everything that you do to support this show. Thank you for everything you do to support Raiders Fan Radio. We appreciate you. Please hit us up on the Tick Tocks at Raiders Fan Radio. Of course, all the different social media platforms. And then on this video, like and subscribe it, share it with your friends. Just spread the love. Please, Raider Nation. That's how we grow the show. And the more that we grow the show, the more money we're able to give away via the One Nation Foundation. And we appreciate you very, very much. All right, I'm going to throw it to my buddy Swag Jeff and then Uncle Mosh. Take us out for the night. Gentlemen, thank you so much for being here. Appreciate the heated engagements at times. I love you guys, and we will see you next week.
Yeah, thanks everyone for tuning in. Thank you to everyone in the chat. Kill Jadis, B. Al, Big Easy, Michelle Sweat, Paul, Aaron the Q-Dog Raider, Jeffrey Aregolo, Big Easy, Lencho, Raider Born Rico, Lee B, Coach Davis, Damage Inc. Raider Nation Scotland. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. If you thought this was awkward, it'll be better next week then. Can't wait for episode 214.
That's
you
right.
know?
Here we go.
So Uncle Mosh, take us home, my man.
Well, you know, I kind of like awkward.
I know.
But, you know, we do. Sometimes if you don't talk about it, you can just sit there and stew. And that doesn't do anybody any good. It's not good for your blood pressure. And it'll make your hair turn white like me and Pete Koch. Hey, everybody, we appreciate you all showing up tonight. It was a great show. I thought it was a good show. I like it. We appreciate everybody in here. Swaggy J, my little buddy, my nephew, the Murph. You've been listening to Raiders Fan Radio, where we take a lighter side journey into the dark side. Sometimes a heavy side journey into the dark side.
Yeah.
But remember, what happens in Vegas started in Oakland. Good night, everybody. Get your shots. Wear your masks. Be safe out there. God bless.
Good night.
Good night, YouTube. Beat the Lambs' ass.
Well, yeah.
Woo-woo.
I'm with Michelle. I like pineapple on a pizza, too.
I do too, man. It's a California thing. Oh,
yeah.
Is that what it is?
I love it.
Yeah, I like ham and
pineapple.
pineapple
and ham?
I like ham and pineapple on pizza. Yeah. I don't fall into that East Coast bias of you can't fruit a pizza. Don't
What
fruit
about
my beer.
Have you ever had Detroit pizza? That it's all square. It's kind of like a Sicilian pizza.
Yeah, I like
It's
it.
got-
Yeah,
it's not
I'm
quite
there. Because it reminds us of Grandma Jane's focaccia.
Yeah,
It's nice
not-
and thick.
It's
Nothing wrong with that.
Not
Yeah.
overly thick like Chicago style, but
Yeah.
it's a nice mixture.
It's
Yeah.
like Jet's Pizza. It's
Jet's
kinda like
pizza,
Jet's
the square, man. It's
Jet's,
good,
yeah.
dude.
Jet's
Good,
is good
man.
pizza.
Yeah,
I like
it's
it.
good.
Are we done?
No, not yet. Good night, Raider Nation.
Good night.
Let's get some pizza.